What's up there, dirt bike family? So today I'm gonna start working on the 2002 CR250. Now, you guys that follow the channel, you've probably seen this bike around a little bit. Haven't talked about it much, but you've seen it in some of the ride videos especially. You know, with the price of new bikes and especially the used bike market right now, I'm gonna show you in this episode that you can take an old bike like this one that runs remarkably well, but it looks really, really rough, and how to transform it into looking like a brand new bike for a very small budget. So let's get this thing tore apart and let's get after it. Now, this is not a full restoration, like I said. There's a lot of people out there that are taking these bikes and taking them down to every nut and bolt, and I'm not gonna do that to this one. I've done it to some in the past, but I'm not gonna do it to this one. I'm gonna do this one to kind of show you guys that if you have an older bike and you can't afford to have a brand new one, that with a little bit of time, elbow grease, and just a little bit of money, you can have a bike that's just as good as new. And then later on down the road, when you got to rebuild the motor, the rest of the bike is solid. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead, get this thing pressure washed, cleaned off, tear it down the rest of the way, and start putting it back together. Yeah. Well, there you have it. She's not all the way tore down, but got a good majority of it pulled apart. Got a pile of old junky plastics there, and a wheel scattered, and exhaust, and radiators, and chains, and you know, all the hardware and what have yous. Okay, so I have the 250 pretty much all torn down as far as it's gonna go. And I've taken it outside, hit it with some engine degreaser, let that dry, and then I hit the whole thing with a bunch of Alumibrite and then pressure washed it off. And this thing cleaned up pretty dang well. I mean, I can't really complain about how it cleaned up. So now becomes the super boring process of polishing the frame. So I'm gonna get the old Mother's Mag aluminum polish out, and we're gonna make this frame look like a mirror. Let me show you what I use to polish my aluminum frame. So obviously I use Mother's aluminum polish. I've been using this stuff for years. It works really well for me. If you guys have something else that you've used and works really well for you, put it down in the comments. I'm always up for, you know, trying new things on bikes. So I'd love to see what you guys have had good luck with. So I bought this kit years ago off of a tool truck, and it comes with, you know, different buffing pads and different grits of polishing clays, and obviously the tool, the pneumatic tool. But so what I do is I hit it with the red Scotch-Brite first on the tool, and that kind of, you know, sands it down just a little bit more, and then I go ahead and hit it with the polishing wheels, and we'll be good to go. So let's get after it. across the frame with the buffer. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. It's gonna take me just a little bit longer to get the whole frame done, but that's not too shabby for the first go around. Now, if I wanted to, I've done it in the past, I've actually sanded out all the machine marks in these, but I found that with the machine marks in there, it actually hides scuffs and, you know, wear and tear just a little bit better, and it still looks pretty good. So I don't think I'm gonna sand this frame, but that being said, I've got a lot of work left to do to get the rest of the frame to look like that. So I'm gonna spare you that, and I'm gonna get after it. What's up there, DBF family? So today, we're back on the 250 build. It's been a minute since I've been on this build. Been super busy with work and a few things going on. Had to go pick me up a new toy tugger truck, new roll house truck. I'll show you that one someday soon. Stand by for that one. But if you guys follow me on Instagram, you've already seen it. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, go over, check out my Instagram page. Anyways, back on the 250 build. Got the frame all looking pretty and pretty much cleaned up. So today, we're going to fix the expansion chamber. Fix some dents in it and clean it up. So let's get rolling on it. So here's the pipe. And like I told you earlier, these pipes, you know, the whole supply chain thing, it's kind of a nightmare to get pipes nowadays. So I'm gonna show you guys how I fix these pipes, and you guys have all seen it before, so I'm not gonna get too in depth with this, but look how messed up this pipe is. I mean, about everywhere you look, it's got a big old gigantic ding in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my stuff out, and we'll see if we can push some dents out of this thing and get it back on the bike. All right, got the pipe all ready to go. Got my ends put on each side of the exhaust chamber. Got air going to it. Got the torch ready to rock. So let's see if we can get some of these dents out. Well, there you have it. It's kind of ugly right now, but I might see if I can talk Anthony over at Rehab and Fab to stick this thing in his vapor hone and see if we can clean it up just a little bit more. But this thing was pretty bad. It's probably one of the worst ones I fixed, but all them dents, they pushed out really nice. So I'll go clean this thing up a little bit, get some of the discoloration off of it, and show you guys what we got. But this is the best part about doing this. When you relieve the pressure off of it, it blows two-stroke smoke everywhere. Oh yeah, smells like 927 to me. All right, so I'm here with Anthony. Say hi, Anthony.
Hello.
Tell him the name of your channel.
So this is the Rehab and Fab. Not a whole lot going on, but what I'm focusing on is rehabbing a lot of things, which mostly is taking things apart and putting them back together in a better state than they came apart at. So this is where Kevin decided to come over here, where I have this cool cabinet. It helps clean surfaces up really fast, really well. So we're gonna see if we can polish this up where it's left some heat scars on there. Last one we did pulled quite a bit out, but I don't know. Maybe this one had to take more heat to get your dents out.
This was pretty bad, but we're gonna throw this thing in the cabinet and get right after it.
I'll give it a second to let the air catch up.
See what we got.
See if we missed anything. Pull it out here. Dump the water out of the chamber.
So there's probably going to be a little liquid in there.
Well, that or there'll be
already
some,
looks better.
some glass. Yeah, this is
Like right in here. That's some slimy stuff.
Yeah, it is. So there you go. You can have a first shot of where we're at.
Oh yeah. That looks way better in here. Wow. Cool. I'm happy with that.
So we get it to that point, maybe hit it once again with some Alumibrite.
Yeah.
Or a little polish, you know.
Maybe
Might
both.
So yeah, we got a few spots like right up in here. They were a little hard to see, but
Other than that though.
we're dang close.
Really?
Yeah, we got right here,
Awesome.
a few little spots.
What's up there, dirt bike people? So today I'm back on the right there 250, and when we left off, I went over to Anthony's and had him run the expansion chamber through his blasting cabinet, and it turned out phenomenal. So today I'm gonna get the exhaust all put back on, but before I do that, I've got to clean up the rear subframe, and let me show you what I'm dealing with. And that's the subframe I was talking about. So as you can see, it's got this really weird clear coat over it, and I want to strip that back down to its natural finish. And one thing I found that is if I set this in my solvent tank and let it soak for a little bit, this stuff actually almost peels right off. So I'm going to spend a little time scrubbing this thing down. If I would have been smart, I'd let Anthony do it in his blasting cabinet, but I didn't think of it until just now. So I'm gonna scrub this thing down by hand, and we'll get this thing put back on today. So I'm gonna get after it. Got the old subframe scrubbed up, and it turned out pretty dang good. And hit her with a real quick coat and bath of Alumibrite, and she's pretty shiny. Now, I gotta take on the task of the airbox. See what I can do here to clean this mess up, because wow. Someone should have put down the silicone. That's all I can say. Jeez Louise. Okay, so I got the airbox parts soaking in the solvent tank, mineral spirits, whatever you want to call it. Gonna try to loosen up some of that goobers on there and scrub it up and then reassemble it. So in the meantime, I'm gonna give the expansion chamber just a little bit more detail on this, and I think it'll help hide some of the imperfections and discoloration of the nickel coating from when I fix the pipe. So I'll flip the camera around and show you what I'm gonna do. So I've had the airbox soaking in the solvent tank for about an hour or so. And check this out. That coating they had on it is coming off rather nice. So I'm gonna let this soak for a little bit longer, and we'll get her thrown back on. Check that out. Oh yeah, love it. Since that's soaking, I'm actually gonna go ahead and throw the pipe on this thing and kind of mock it up and make sure, you know, it didn't move a little bit, since, you know, had a lot of pressure in it and a lot of heat on it when I blew the dents out of it. And I can't put the airbox on it right now because I'm still letting it soak and sink, but kind of show you guys what the before and after of, you know, how the exhaust turned out. And then on the next episode, we'll go ahead and fix the radiators and throw plastics on this thing. So throw the exhaust on, let's check it out. actually came up with a pretty good name for this 250. It's going to be called the Trapper Keeper 250 because any of you that are my age or maybe a little bit older know what a Trapper Keeper is from the late 80s, early 90s. This bike is going to look just like a Trapper Keeper. Anyways, that's what that era of the Hondas looked like to me, like a rolling Trapper Keeper, so that's what we're naming it. But anyways, that'll be on the next episode, so I appreciate all you guys watching. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, go ahead and share it with your friends, and we'll catch you on the next one.